Hello, everyone. This is Dawn Gage, fourth grade at McClendon Elementary, and today I just wanted to take a few minutes to show you the website Quizizz.com. Um, so, Quizizz is very much like using Kahoot. It's free. There is a premium version of it, but you can do many of the same things. There's only a few extras that get added in the premium version. So, when you go to quizizz.com, you can go in to get started on it. You may sign up using your Google account or just an email. So when you go in, there are several things on a menu over here at the side. You can see that they have different memes, they have collections, your profile, and so on, a library, and it starts you out under Explore. So when you look on here, in their library, they have many subjects and many different options of things that you can search for. Anything that you would want to look for, um, they will show up over here in a list. They'll give you their top choices. They'll give you just quizzes if you're just looking for just quizzes. And the other thing I like about this is it will allow you now to create lessons in which you create slides that you can put questions in, polls, and other things in there. And as you hover over it, it will show you to the side what is in it for this lesson. And so the lessons themselves are guided. And so you guide the students through them, they answer them, and then you move on to the next one. The quizzes can be guided, but they also can be assigned as homework. Or if you are having everyone start it, you can start it at one time with everyone in the room, but the kids work on their computer at their own pace. Whereas with, if you're trying to do one with Kahoot, you put it up there, it's on the board, the kids have to read it off of the screen and then pick the answer on their device. On Quizizz, when you choose a quiz and you play the quiz, it actually shows up on their screen, and the questions, the answer choices, everything. Um, so you can go in and do an explore, and you can find just about anything that you're looking for. If you find one that you like, you can go in and, for instance, choose on here. You can copy and edit, or just save it if you want to use it as is. Um, if you go through and you look at it and say, I don't know about 20 questions, or if there are some things that say, well, I don't know if I want to ask this question, I would like to change something in it, then you would need to copy it and so that you could edit it on your computer. If something happens, you ever have to, you can also print these quizzes. There's been a couple of times when I had students that didn't have their Chromebook, and so we were doing something on there. I printed a quiz for them and handed it to them, and they did it on paper. So there's lots of things that you can do with these when you have chosen them. When you save something, it goes in your library. So in your library, you can see all the ones that you have created or that you have saved um, over here on the side. You can also create collections so that makes it a little bit easier to find the ones that you created, because once you get several in there, then it starts getting difficult in order to figure out or to find exactly where it is. So you're going through this huge list over here of all your content, whereas if I just come over here, I can go through just these that I have created or started in here. And then, of course, if you've put your school in there, if there are other people at your school that have got quizzes out there that are there for the public, then you can a lot of times find some things that are in here for teachers that are members or have joined and might have an account in here. There's also a reports tab. So once I've taken a quiz, then it shows up under reports. And so anything that is running shows here, and it tells you that it's running. Over here on the side, you can share a report, download it, um, delete it, whichever you want to do, or open it. If it's something that no one has started, or if it's something that is currently running, when you click on it, it will pull it up, and anyone who has started the quiz, their names will be down here along with how they have done. Um, Also, if you are wanting to do just a quiz with everybody on it, you can click join. The kids can put in joinmyquiz.com, and then you give them the code. They enter the code, then they can join the quiz. Or if you want to assign this later, which is an option, um, you can click on copy link and put it in your Canvas. So I'm going to pull up something that I have here in my library. So this one is something that's kind of got some task cards with some questions that I've done. So you can start a live quiz here. In the classic version, students work at their own pace. You just see a leaderboard with live results on it. You do the instructor paced. That's very much like Kahoot, except once again, it's on their screen. It's just that you are controlling the pace and moving from question to question. If you assign for homework, then when you go in and assign for homework, you can go in and customize the deadline. You can go in and assign to a class if you have your students sign in and join a class. You can have them have unlimited attempts. Now, if you do decide that you only want them to have 1 or 2 tries, and it goes up to 5, then they will have to sign in in order to be able to do that. So it records them. Unlimited, they don't necessarily have to sign in. You can have it where it shows them their answers as they go. So if they miss one, it shows whether they what the correct answer would be. You can choose to validate only, where it'll show them that they got it right or wrong, or you can choose not to show them at all. And then, of course, you also have the option of showing the answers after the activity, or just the questions, or having that turned off. Usually I have it like this, where they have unlimited chances. We validate and only, and then when they get to the end, it will give them a list of the things that they missed on, like, cards. They tap on them and it'll flip it, and they can like task cards, and they can flip it back and forth and see what was the question, what was the correct answer. The adaptive learning is pretty good. It's something that they've just added in the last year, in which they'll generate a unique set of questions every time, um, so that the students get different questions all the time. That's, again, something that you have to upgrade to have. Down here under activity settings, the power ups, it's like a video game. My kids love the power ups because it gives them extra points, and they can use those power ups while they are answering questions. You can use a default timer, you can turn it off. You can show the leaderboard. Now, if you don't show the leaderboard, it automatically turns up power ups. You have to have the leaderboard on in order to turn on power ups. You can shuffle questions. You can shuffle the answer options. And then the redemption questions are other things that my kids like, because if they, early on miss a question, then about halfway through, it will take them in and give them a redemption question, and it'll give them one of those questions they missed, and they get a second chance to re-answer it. You can also turn on music or turn off music. A lot of times the kids can still have the option to turn the music on if they want. And then, of course, you can choose to show memes in between their questions if you want. Once you assign it, then it gives you this screen in which you can go in and tell them to join my quiz and give them the code, or again, copy the link and then put it into a Canvas page or someplace like that. So if you decide to create your own quiz, you have several options. You name it, you tell what subject, you go on to next, and then they will give you the option of finding other questions from the Quizizz library and putting them in. You can choose if you want multiple choice, do a poll, fill in the blank, open-ended, drawing. If you click slides, slides will take you into lessons, and it will change it from a quiz to a lesson. So as you go in, you can pick whichever type of question that you want to do. Over here to the side, you can add a grade level for whatever grade level that this is for. You can make it public or you can make it private. You can go in and choose a picture and upload a picture for it. You can also import from a spreadsheet. So the thing about importing from a spreadsheet is you have to download from their template. So this is what the template looks like. It's an Excel spreadsheet, and this is their example where you'd put in your question, tell what type of question that they're going to do, and then go in and fill in the answer choices and so on for each of these. So, and you can link an image to it if you would like to, and then you can go in and upload. Honestly, I prefer just going in and creating my questions here. It's just as easy. You can type in your question. You can even come up here for math. There's an equation editor for you to put in an equation. You can upload an image. And so, for instance, if you've got an image that has a story or has a particular graphic that you're trying to use, you can upload a screenshot or an image of that graphic and put it right here so that they've got it to use. The audio and video are, once again, those are for the premium version. And so you're not able to put audio and video in there. And then you type your answer choices in, which also has an equation editor, or you can add an image. You can choose whatever you would like, however many, or you can add options. You can also choose if there can be more than one correct answer. Set a timer for the question up to 15 minutes and type in topics for what you're doing. You can also add a fact or an explanation for the correct answer. Again, using an image, audio and video are premium functions. So, again, for each of these, there's a different option. Poll is just like the last one. Fill in the blank would be simply going in. You can pick what it contains or an exact number, type in your answer choice, and you can add alternate answers to it as well. And then, of course, open-ended questions in which they just type in an answer. And then, of course, there's an option where they can draw. You can put an image up there that maybe you would want them to fill in something and draw on an image, or you can put a blank piece up here in which they will just go in and draw on that blank piece. So, and of course, it's got some of the same things. You can, how much time is allotted for this. And again, if you decide to choose slide, then they'll export it into a new lesson, and then you add the slides to it. And so, again, it's pretty versatile, things that you can do with this. I enjoy using it. My students enjoy using it. Many times they'll do something and they'll do it over and over and over again, especially in the game mode, so that they can try to beat their friends and see if they're on the leaderboard and get a high score and so on. And so a lot of times I will use this for vocabulary practice and things so that it's kind of it's easier sometimes than doing flashcards and things. And so they get a kick out of using it. They enjoy doing it. So give it a try and see if you like it. If you've not used it before, if you have used it before, but you haven't been in it recently, again, they've added a few things. Jump in there, try it again. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me, dana.gage@communityisd.org. Thanks for joining me today.